buying to offset perhaps a book balance. The technical traders will be buying because it's a double bottom and those types of things. There's a lot of demand at lower prices, as you would expect. Demand, supply, demand economics suggests that people will always buy at lower prices. So when I see a block trade, when I see a big block trade printing at lower prints into a bottom of a bracket, I'm always more likely to be bearish, not bullish. I'm always thinking that this is a bracket sell-off. Make sense? Because if you think about what supply demand is doing, if I look at the amount of demand down here, what's it doing as the price falls? Demand is rising as price falls, isn't it? Demand is going up as price falls. So it's easy for me to sell into that demand. If the price was rising, if I tried to buy this, and the demand was rising, who am I going to buy it from? There's nobody selling it, Paul, right? So if I wanted to put a buy order in here, on top of all these buy orders that we're getting generally as a rule because it's at a bottom of a bracket, the chances of me getting filled in my buy order because it's a big buy order, 15,000 odd contracts, nobody's going to take the other side of my deal. Nobody's going to take the other side of my deal. But if I sell 15,000 contracts, the first thing happens is I don't slip the price. Secondly, the buyer at the bottom edge is getting a reasonable deal because they're buying bottom edges. They're not buying top edges. So the buyer that bought that position has at least got a chance to get a tick out of the trade, and that's usually what the deal is. I'll give you a bit of room to get a tick or two out the trade and make sure you make some money on the deal, so long as you give me a price, right? So when I see a block sell, when I see a block, we don't know if it's a buy or sell, and the truth of the matter is, it's a buy and a sell. Of course it is, right? You've got to understand it's a buy and a sell. You can't just do a block sell. Somebody at the other side has to do a block buy, correct? That's why it's just called a block trade. That's why it's called a block trade. It's not a buy or a sell, it's just a block trade. So when that trade is executed, there's usually, if it's into a bottom edge, there's usually a couple of little tick ups from a bottom edge. And if you can recognize that in real time, then you can obviously sell into those areas. You can sell into those because it's highly likely you're going to get a directional move south. It's the same when you see a block trade on the dark pools. If it's at the top of a bracket, I'm bullish. If the block trade comes through at the bottom of a bracket price-wise, I'm bearish. And that gives me a few clues about where the market is likely to go next. And I try, if it's a block sell at a bottom, I'm trying to sell upticks. If it's a block trade at a top, I'm trying to buy downticks for the continuation trade. Make sense? All right.